Increases happiness. It begins with a flow, which is your state of mind that it gets into when you're totally absorbed in something. It could be reading a book, it could be putting a puzzle together, but creativity also has some other benefits because it creates an improvement in your mood and your mental health. It also increases brain function, and I have read an article on this, and what it does is you start building little synapses, which are the little pathways, that extra ones you can build in your brain when you're constantly learning something new or using your creativity. In that article, it said that if you just do something creative 10 to 15 minutes a day, your brain function so benefits from that. And that's how my husband, when he retired, started painting. He had never painted before. And I just kept hammering that home to him. I gave him that article, and it really does work. Give it a try for a month. Today is that since we are never achieving perfection, never trying to do that, what we need to focus on is the process, but not the product. So it's the process that's going to help our brains get healthy. It's the process that's going to calm us down. It's the process that's going to make us happy because we're doing something, we're using some of our innate talent to make something. So those are my thoughts for the day today. Each of our crafters were given a kit that was filled with all the necessary items they would need for their Thanksgiving card. This was a beginner class, and in that packet was an envelope, a card matching the envelope, different pieces of paper in different shapes, some embellishments, and also a sheet of stamped gourds and leaves, and you will see them coloring the leaves, and they're working on shading. And after our leaves were colored or shaded then they would fussy cut them, learning how to move the paper and not the scissors to get a fine cut. You'll notice that there's a little piece of paper with glue sitting on their white paper so they can see what they're doing, and we call that our glue stub, so that we can squirt the glue out, try to see how fine the tip is so that we don't get extra glue on our card. The glue that we're using is a clear dry glue, so a little bit of glue is not going to show. You see her coloring right now and shading. Now she's laying on the embellishments. Again, this is a creative process. It's what looks good to you. It's using what strikes your fancy or your creativity. Each of the card makers were given, if not exactly the same embellishments, they were given something of the same category. And so it was really fun to watch and see all the different cards that were made. You'll notice the silver Sharpie on the right of our card maker. Some of the tools that we use are the silver, copper, and gold Sharpie markers. They just can make certain areas of the card pop out with shine. We can use them for just little dotting to highlight areas. We can use them to outline areas. It's an inexpensive tool to have that you will almost use on every card that you make. Our crafter is putting a card message on the inside of our card, and as the card makers were told at the beginning of the class, You'll decide at the beginning, before you start putting anything on your card, are you going to have a top fold card or a side fold card? And then once you've decided that, you'll start decorating your card accordingly. But always make sure when you're putting that message on the inside that you're coordinating it with how you decided to do the front of the card, or you might be disappointed with the results. In this case, she's done it perfectly. Our card maker is now using that infamous silver Sharpie to calligraphy a message inside her card. If you know how to do calligraphy, you've got it made with card making. The rest of us, me included, need to use my computer to print out the words I want, to print them out onto colored paper. But the inside of that card looked just awesome with her calligraphy in the silver. You'll realize as you're getting into your card or whatever creative process you're in that the longer you're doing it, the more you just have to keep adding things until it just gets to that point that your heart says, yes, I like this a lot. I can say from experience that getting together with others to create and make things really spurs your creativity. You look around you and it just gives you the impetus to keep going and trying new things. And it is so much fun, and it's just great for the community to get together, to use their little brain synapses to let go of their inner best.